Hi guys, how are you doing? It's number 3 of the podcast. It's as I said, I'm trying to keep it short. So, in this week we're going to talk about the Blackout, as it's called, for the PlayStation Blackout, and obviously. The second part of it will be I'm going to talk about PS Plus, and then afterwards we're going to talk a little bit about November 2026. So there you go. So hopefully you'll enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends. So first we're going to talk about the Blackout. We started on Monday. Hopefully next week I'll be able to give you what I think about Luna kind of thing. But one of the things about the Blackout is it's meant to finish on Sunday, I think. But I think they've changed it now, so they're doing it all the time until either PlayStation talk to them about what's happening. And so it might do a week, it might be a year, but I don't think at the moment PlayStation will change their mind. But obviously, as things go on, I think they'll realise that physical is better for people. But there you go. So it's not finished on Sunday. It's all the time. So if you're into that protest, then I'll just let you know. But with that, we'll go into the second part of the podcast, and we're talking about PlayStation Plus. So I've got some notes, so I'm gonna get on. Yeah. So now, obviously, with if you decide to get rid of your PlayStation Plus subscription, then especially then you I just thought let you know that if you do get the PlayStation Plus and stop it, then you can't actually do stuff on the PlayStation, as in online. You can't do stuff. If you do online multiplayer games like Gran Turismo, FIFA, or ES Football Club, then Fortnite games, as in, then those games you can't. You need to have a PlayStation Plus to be online. But you can play. You can play according to my sources. Then you can play other stuff like free games. You can get them. Let's see, like Fortnite, Warzone, Apex Legends, and Destiny, Fall Guys. According to my sources, Meta, then you can play, but as you said, you can't play games if they're like Gran Turismo and all that kind of stuff. So so one of the things you can do is, obviously there's three tiers, yeah, essential, extra, and premium. Now, extra, no. Premium, no. Essential, it will be £7 a month. But if you do it for the year, then you can get £60 a month. Yeah, so that's good, I guess. And obviously, if you do extra, it's £100 a year, or £10, £11 a month. Yeah, or you can go to premium. It's £120 a year, or £14 a month or so. Yeah, so I think if you're gonna do it, like because as I said last week, yeah, the PlayStation, most games are on other like PC, Luna, and yeah. So at the end of the day, if you're gonna go to then you can do all these games. So, but obviously it depends if you want the Gran Turismo or Wolverine, those like exclusive games. Then obviously you're gonna have to think about that. So think about it. But what I will say to you is, if you do get PlayStation Plus, then I think you should do is go to a store like there's no I'm doing it because I use them to shop2.net. I go to them and get a card, because you get about it's about 20% discount, and then with that, then go and get your PlayStation Plus, yeah. So because then you get a little bit of in your pocket, as it were. So I mean, obviously there's other places that do it, but I do them. So I'll put it underneath this video. But obviously obviously this is England, so I'm not sure if they do other places in the world. But that's thing you gotta think about. So now we're gonna talk about the second part. With the third part of the podcast. We're gonna do November 2026. Obviously, as you know, I'm doing in November, and with that, I'm doing as I said, 60 laps a day for a month in Gran Turismo, and I'm doing Sophie, the tracks that have Sophie on it. But people have asked me, why are you doing 60 laps? The reason why I do 60 laps is because obviously November is about men's health and all that kind of stuff. But one of the things they do is suicide. And one of the things their report is that in the world there's 60 men an hour do a suicide or attempt suicide. So that's why I'm doing 60 laps for the 60 men's on average we lose. So that is why I'm doing it. But obviously, I'm gonna do. I think the green hell. I'm gonna do that because that's got Sophie, and I think Suka is got Sophie, and I think the Daytona have got Sophie. But obviously, I want to do more than those tracks. So obviously, I need to do 12. So I need to do 12 more tracks. So hopefully this week I will do telling you all the tracks, and then obviously you can put which track you want me to do. So that's it. That's the podcast. So remember that the Blackout is now it's not a week. It's as long as you want until Sony talk to their customers, and then obviously don't forget PlayStation Plus. You go and go to the shop2.com and do it on the cards, and if you can, I'll put a link where you can do as a £1, even if it's £1, that will help the charity. It starts in November. But in the meantime, all I'm going to say to you now is have a nice day, have a nice week, and be peaceable to each other.